So, hello everybody, and welcome back to Simulation Section. It's me and more central, that person that travels around on buses, trams and trains and all sorts around the world. I do simulation stuff as well, and for those of you that have been here a while, you know all of that. For those of you that have joined us and found this video, hello and welcome. You join me at Skipton in our favourite route, the Max Tracks Airedale and Wharfdale lines. I absolutely am obsessed with this route. It is so good. I grew up on the line, travelling on the line as a kid for years and years. And I've always dreamt of having the route in Train Sim. It was released. It got me back into Train Sim. And although we are driving other routes and bits like that in between, it is nice to be on this route as well. It is really, really nice to be on this route. So, in front of us is 322481. And we are on the Skipton to Bradford Forster Square working, sort of a mid-afternoon working that'll get us into Bradford Forster Square at 15:43. So when this returns out, it'll be doing more of a sort of a peak time rush hour run. We are starting this scenario just as I've shut my doors and started to move off from Skipton, and that's why I have sort of paused this screen, and in a second the train will start moving. Because I've had a few difficulties getting the 322 to work. Thank you to Max Tracks themselves and a few other people that have suggested tips and ways to get it to work. I think I've about cracked it. But I wanted to make sure that I had, so I've started the video at this point, and now we're setting off, so it's not just like me talking for 5 minutes and then finding we don't move like it has been a couple of other times. So, we'll be leaving Skipton now, and our next stop, I believe, is Connolly Station. So we will make a move. So this is an EMU, that is an electric multiple unit, so it is an electric unit. I've had this installed for quite some time, not actually driven it before properly, so I'm really excited for this. Really am excited to try and get it to work and get this scenario done. This unit is sort of heavily relied on this route. If you haven't already and do purchase this route, I would get this unit as well. It really does enhance your experience, and the route is very much set around the time that these units were regular performance on the Airedale and Wharfdale line. I'm pretty certain I went on one like once, but apart from that I never really went on any when Northern had them. I have been on one with ScotRail that is really cool. As you can hear, they do sound cool, and they are electric, so not like the diesel train, but the electric motors on these do sound absolutely awesome. So we are 2S37, the 1504 Skipton to Bradford Forster Square service. So this service today, we're calling at Connolly Station, Steeton and Silsden, Keighley, Crossflat, Bingley, Saltaire, Shipley, Frizinghall and Bradford Forster Square. So it's a nice 40-odd minute run. Should be easy enough. There is a speed restriction in place between Connolly Station and Steeton and Silsden of 30 miles an hour, but hopefully that won't affect us too much. I am going to get a nice screenshot. Oh, it's got all the ScotRail interior. Very nice. So I'm going to get a screenshot of it because we haven't actually made it this far before. So when I've tried to do this scenario in the past, so this is like new leaps and bounds. I have been wanting to undertake this scenario for quite some time. So it is cool to get to this point. So we are going to spend most of our time in the cab just to make sure I catch any warnings and bits that do come up, because we have had an issue with some of them. I believe I have disabled the warning system, but for it that was causing us a few issues, keyboard controls and bits. So I believe I have stopped it from blaring, but it might still blare, so I'm going to stay here just in case, because I don't want us to sort of get halfway there and have a problem. So this 322, 321, 320 pack, I believe is the Armstrong Powerhouse unit. So these are available off AP. I am going to get another screenshot here because this is looking particularly cool. And the lighting's really nice, and otherwise I'll end up forgetting. I do like to try and get on the bends if I can, because it looks cool on the bends. As you can see, it does look very cool. So there we go. I think that's the sweet spot. And then we've got the lovely verbal bit behind us. Excellent stuff. I think, there we go, a little bit further down. And that will do us. So do believe it's an Armstrong Powerhouse unit. I will try and link it in the description below as long as I don't forget to do that. My apologies when I do forget to do that. I just tend to have a million more things on and I always forget something. But yeah, it is with them. It is one of theirs, and the base repaint of the Metro livery is the one that you use on the scenarios. On this, as you'll have seen in the previous few videos, it is a livery that sort of appeared at the time and was sort of like a transition livery. It would never really, these were never painted in a proper northern livery. They sort of had a Metro red livery at one point, but were never done into the sort of northern colours at the time. They had their own unique colours, or they wore this sort of fully blue livery towards the time that they were starting to be withdrawn and get cascaded. So this is cool that I've actually got this far. I've just filmed the LNER video, the Azuma to Bradford Forster Square video, and I sort of clicked a button and I was like, hang on a second, this is an electric and this is working because I've clicked this button. Maybe if I click the same button on this, maybe it'll have the same effect, and it has. It has. I mean, thank you for everybody that has pointed out the bits that I needed to know. For some reason, some of the help did work, some of it for some reason hasn't, and it was just being a bit weird. I don't quite know why. But hopefully now with everybody's support and help with that, and the mix of me playing around with some buttons to try and find the issue, I've managed to get it working. So, EMUs, how exciting! We can now have the EMUs on here. So at the time of filming this, I haven't done my shopping yet. I'm trying to save during the sale bits. I am going to be doing the shopping during the sales bits, so there'll be a few more bits of random stuff appearing soon, hopefully. So hopefully there'll be a few more random bits appearing on the channel very soon. There we go. Okay, I like that. Oh, I liked my original angle, I think, a bit more. There we go. We don't usually get that many side-by-side unit shots, so it is actually quite nice. It is a shame that it is in a station, but I think we can get over that. Beautiful stuff. It's buzzing when we get back in that car. I'm going to be annoyed because this scene is just cool. It'll be worth it sacrifice like, but where did it say our restriction was? Between Con and Lake to observe at Keldwick. I want to say it's going to come up on here. I can't remember whereabouts Keldwick it is. I know in real life it's on the 66 bus route. But because there isn't a train station there, I'm not 100% where it is. And I know that the last speed restriction bit sort of just appeared. It didn't come on the HUD at the bottom, so... I'll look out for some signage, see if there's any signage to suggest anything to us. But for now, we'll get our boot down, because we don't want to be late. Ah, there we go, that's the restriction, as you can see there. Well, I don't know what that was, but okay. A lot of sounds, because again, I haven't ever driven this unit this far. There's a lot of really random sounds that are taking me by surprise. We're just vibing with it for now, but we are very conscious of all of these sounds. This is the exciting, dramatic bit. After this point, hopefully it'll be plain sailing towards Bradford. That'll be cool compared to the other video, because we'll be going on the other platform at Shipley that we saw the 333 going into in the previous video, and we'll be stopping at Frising Hall, so we'll be able to see that station a little bit more. And it is quite cool to do this with an EMU, have that contrast, because we've been doing a lot of DMUs along here, so it is quite nice to have that contrast. There we go, there's our temporary signage for 30. Excellent stuff. It's very quiet in it. This is the second EMU video in one go. Like, what is going on, people? It's very not us on this channel. It looks so cool. I'm really liking these scenarios that are sort of set like towards sort of like the sun starting to set, because the glow on the units is so nice. Such a nice glow. There we go, so we're back to 90, so it was literally just that section, and then we're back to 90. Let's get some speed up, because we don't want to be late. Because this is like the other ones where, although Skipton and Silsden isn't on the timetable and bit, you do have to be conscious about leaving there pretty rapidly, because we've got to be on time for the bit that is on the timetable bit, the wall regulators, which is Keith. I'm really enjoying driving this. I'm really happy that I've managed to get it working. I'm absolutely buzzing with this. I thought I'd just give it like a crack and see. We got it working, so that's cool. I'm happy with that. So we get to enjoy the line how it was intended with the electric units, which is always fun. Don't get me wrong, it's nice to have the DMUs on here, but it is nice to broaden out a little bit, do something a bit different with the EMUs. There we go, Skipton and Silsden. Yeah, I'm happy with myself for that. That was cool. We definitely got... we did slightly miss the rear carriage off, I'm going to be honest. I mean, the doors could have opened for that. They could have opened. I can also understand why they haven't. I can. I do also understand that. Yeah. Next time, I think we, as much as that was really smooth, we need to move it just a little bit further on. So what's good with these being the electrics is they get up to speed a lot quicker. So for this timetabling element, it's a lot easier to achieve. A lot easier. And they sound so good. The only thing that lets this AP train pack down is there's no interior view. I don't know if that's just on this reskin or it's general, but when I press 5 there is no interior view, it just does not provide one. Which is surprising, I'll be really honest. It really does surprise me that there is no interior view. Because I was expecting one with this. Especially sort of with it being an AP train, I was expecting that detail. So that is a little bit disappointing, I will be honest. But beyond that, it's lovely. I've gone a bit too high up for that. Now a bit low. Don't mind me. I'm just having a bit of a crisis with camera view. There we go. I know the lighting's not 100%, but that's cool. I just love the old Metro bits on the side. As someone that grew up in Metro land, the Metro bits on the side, so cool. And what I also do really like about this route, again, I have gone on about the details and the accuracy and just how spot on this is. And I mean, you saw the other videos we've done recently, the other train sim routes we've driven. There's just no comparison. This is just, the detail on this is just unbelievable. The detail on this is just absolutely unbelievable in contrast. It really, really is. Like, we can go on an adventure up to 5 hours long. That is probably in real life about a 20-minute, half an hour walk away from the station, but you can still go there. There we go. That's the speed warning. I caught both of them, all the warnings were caught, everything's fine. That other second warning that I wasn't previously catching, and that was causing us a few issues. So, yeah, we're all good and dandy with that now. Caught the problem. Caught the problem, mitigated it, problem solved. I know where all the buttons are now, so that has very much helped proceedings. There we go, pulling into Keighley. We should be getting in pretty much bang on time, all being well. Now I know that there is a sort of freeware rendition of it on here, on Train Sim already, but it is a fair few years old. I've probably said this already, but it would be really nice to see Keighley-Worth Valley properly added to this. That would be cool. That'd be cool to see added. Just as an additional opportunity to drive some bits, an excuse to make the Metro train reskin for the one for like the 144 unit that's been created in Train Sim from the 143. Just bits like that would be cool. I am getting better at this. I do seem to be pretty decent when it comes to stopping in the EMUs. It is rather surprising. I'll be very honest. Rather surprising. See if I can get nice. And I've also stopped very nicely within the sunlight there that I'm also impressed with. It's just after a few videos where things haven't 100% gone to plan, it is quite nice to have a video where things are actually going quite smoothly. This video and the one before, everything has gone relatively smoothly. We had that issue with the 801 where I messed with the directional toggle because it's all on one, and like these I toggled something that I wasn't supposed to toggle and it stopped, and then we ended up going backwards because I didn't realise what I'd done. It all went wrong, but there we go, let's get rid of that. Let's go. Oh no, don't do this. There we go, let's, come on, behave. Behave, don't fail on us here in Keighley. Please don't fail on us. Reload. might have broken it, people. I think because I was outside taking screenshots, and I said I wasn't gonna, I do think we might have knackered it. I do think we actually might have knackered this. Let's get DRA off and see if we can go. There we go, I've reset it. Okay. That was unexpected. I achieved the reset on it. I've never been able to do that. I don't quite know how I reset it, but I reset it. We don't. Sometimes it's best not asking questions, but we're working. I genuinely thought that was like game over then, because when I'd come back into the cabin, it were beeping like that, and then I've tried to reset it, and it's then not worked. I've usually been a bit stuffed, but I managed to reset it. I'm quite impressed with myself. There's like one of these where I need to pinch myself because I think I'm dreaming, but it's going surprisingly well. I've accidentally type trained myself on the 322s. That was something I wanted to do, but I hadn't been able to achieve previously, so that's quite cool. I think this video is just going to be titled something along the lines of "I've got the 322 working," because that seems to be a very well-known fact at the moment that I was just not able to get it working. I have it working. Brilliant. Progress has been made. The only issue is now is we've really got to catch up some time. That we're not going to catch up, and we are now going to be late, unfortunately. But we can boot it. We can try and catch up time. I know that so far in the past that has not been successful. We've missed stations as a result, but I am slightly getting better at it. Slightly getting better. So we'll go with that logic. This is me properly hammering it into the station. Properly hammering it, but it'll pay off. Hopefully, as long as we make the station. Yeah, I forgot how much fun it is to actually drive EMUs and have this challenge of taking advantage of the fact that they can be quite speedy. And there goes all the cars on the main road. I love Cross Flat Station, used to pass it all the time as a kid, even when I wasn't on the train, like driving in the car on the A650. So always just a really random station, because you'd be there sat in the car, probably going to Skipton for the day in the car or something like that, going to Embassy and Bolton Abbey Railway. That is another railway I'd like to see in Train Sim. If someone knows, if someone has made that somewhere, please do let me know, because I really wouldn't mind having a drive of that, if that has been made. Because I spent a lot of my childhood on that railway, a lot of my childhood in the bookshop getting bus magazines and bus books. A lot of my childhood in there. Yeah, we're due there now, so we is not making it, sadly. There is a bit is a bit disappointing, but hey-oh. Hey-oh, these things happen. Oh, there goes another one passing us. What I do really like about the Max Tracks scenarios that do come with the route is the traffic on them is so good. The variety of traffic and the ability to still have a decent variety of traffic, but being strategic with it, so ensuring that the scenarios are accessible, I think is really cool. I do seriously admire it. Because sometimes you get scenarios and there's just absolutely massive list like this plethora of routes and bits and random bits that you're not gonna, that unless you're like a proper avid enthusiast with this, you're probably not gonna own if you're focusing on a specific area. But the really random stuff, and then the scenario won't work properly. But these, it's nice where there's still that variety, but you can actually drive it and see everything without the dreaded screen coming up of, oh, well, you don't have this dependency or this dependency or this, so I'm not going to work properly, or I'm not going to work at all, which has happened a few times. And it's quite nice for me to be able to start the video and not have to apologise and go, well, this isn't going to appear in it, because I've got everything, because I've only got a few units and bits, but I've still got everything, so it's nice. Now it'll fail us all this. It'll fail us because we're a minute late. I know what this game's like. Really annoying. I wish I had a little bit more tolerance. Just like a couple of minutes. Just a little bit more tolerance would be nice. I would just go, you have failed. I'm not bothered that you actually made it. You actually stopped at the station this time. You have failed. You have done the equivalent of going through the station at 40 miles an hour like we may or may not have done in a couple of videos ago. I mean, this one's going to be tight. We're due there at 31:03. Although officially we're due there at 30:30. So we're not actually that late. It just means that we've got to shed off 2 seconds. Because those 2 seconds, even though it's in the middle, it's 30:30. 30 seconds past. It's still, if you are the minute after it fails you on it. It's really annoying. Bits like this, we need that zoomer back. Times like this that we needed a zoomer, because it's just not getting up to speed as quick as we need it to. Yes, I am asking the impossible from it, but you never know. Possible is sometimes possible. I do think in this instance it probably is impossible, but you never know. Just really annoying that it's going to literally be like 7 seconds. 7 seconds, innit? Even though if it's 30:30 I'm due there, it shouldn't really discount it from it, but train sim betrays sim, won't it? Train sim betrays sim. The lighting in these scenarios as well is like gorgeous. Really, I have installed a weather enhancement pack from Armstrong Powerhouse, which probably is helping. It still looks really nice. This is probably our most optimistic stop of the day. I'm going to be honest with you all. That was my bravest move yet. Absolutely my bravest move, but I've got to stop it within like 6 seconds. 4.8's going with, oh my god. We're not going to make it by literally a second. Oh, that is soul destroying. That's like 7 seconds. We nearly did that then. Nearly did that. 7 seconds. Oh, the game's the game, but 7 seconds, that is soul destroying. I should have just stopped half in the station. If I'd have stopped half in the station, I'd have made it, but because I'm a responsible person, I want to stop the train properly. That's what's annoying about this game. That is what is really annoying. Even though I was 35 seconds. 35 seconds line. I still got punished for 35 seconds. And this is going to be the exact same. We are literally like seconds out, but it's going to be seconds out all the way through now. That's annoying. That is really annoying. So there we go, passing the lovely Saltaire Mill. I do need to go back to Saltaire. I really do. There's that much going on up here, I actually can't tell what's what. Although I don't think I've ever pulled into this station this quick, so that probably doesn't help with things, I will be honest. Oh, I don't think we're going to make that speed. 3, 2, 1, excellent, we made it, just. We've caught up our time here. That's annoying. I think we've failed enough and too many stations, though. I think that's the problem. Because we've failed too many stations now, it'll still fail us. But I have caught my time up now. That's really annoying. Managed to catch it up, but it's a bit too late. Famous last words here, but I'm going to take a screenshot because this looks cool. Even though the last time we did that at Keighley, it kicked off at us. But this actually does look really cool, and it is the first time I think we've done a scenario through Shipley on this platform where the lighting's been perfect. So it would be a real shame to waste that. And we do have enough time because we're not going anywhere yet. Yeah, that looks nice. I like that. That does look nice. Yeah, I do think it's the weather pack. I have also installed the track enhancement pack. I don't know how much of an effect that has had, I will be honest. It actually came on again. You are having some sort of laugh, right? Oh, and this is the bit where it just won't work. Sure, it's doing it on purpose. There we go. Problem solved. Problem solved. Oh, look at that. Look at that as we exit Shipley. I've had many a lovely afternoon in Shipley. They used to have a Wetherspoons there back in the day. They don't have that anymore, sadly. But They have a few other nice places to eat, a few nice eateries. I've spent many a lovely afternoon and evening in Shipley. It's been a while since I've been there. So again, it is nice to be there virtually. I'm that busy at the moment. I aren't getting a chance to go there. And it is really nice to virtually be able to go through there whenever I want, which is nice. I'm not going to get another screenshot of this here, as you know in the last video we did this. The sunlight was a little bit nicer to us then, because this is slightly a slight different time in the day. The sunlight is ever so slightly off, but that's where we got the screenshot for the Azuma crossing over there, because that looked really cool with all the different carriages. Oh, the sunlight's so nice. It's so nice to drive scenarios where the sunlight is perfect throughout. So satisfying. There goes the 333. Yeah, we successfully did Shipley. That's really annoying. That is really irritating, is that? I'll probably stand up failing it. That is annoying. Gives me an excuse to do this at some point off camera though, so I suppose that's a positive. It's the fact that we are now back on time. We're literally a couple of seconds out, and it beams us off those stations. Train seems vicious. Train seems really vicious. Did we actually get that on the platform? Oh, again! I mean, it is on the platform. Yeah, it's a bit tight. Yeah, guard would have to watch the step a little bit, but it's annoying. Gotta give it a go, I suppose. Gotta give it a go. Because I'm trying to be quite smooth with my stopping. Back in the day when I used to drive train sim before, like, I really mastered the art of it. I've become a bit more complacent in recent times, but I had cracked the art of it. I'm trying to get to that stage again. And there we're going, literally Bradford Forster Square in a mile and a half. Oh, look at that just peeling out from the shadow. Oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, for anybody that is struggling to get this moving, I have found that it's the E button that gets rid of that horrible beeping, not the AWS, the other beeping that I haven't quite worked out what that one is. My apologies for not being that much of a train nut. I do apologise for that. But the E gets rid of that, and that does obviously come up. But if for whatever reason it decides it's not to move, if you do a DRA reset, you can press F or press the actual red button, reset that. That seems to do the trick, by the looks of it. So you press F on that, and that just seems to be, oh, we are speeding. It's all going a bit wrong. There we go. So yeah, it seemingly is the case that if you press the DRA on and then off again after you reset, and possibly Shift E as well might be helping. That seems to sort it. So don't ask me anything beyond that, I'm afraid. I am still rekindling my train knowledge. Still rekindling it. So my apologies. I'm not that much help when it comes to the train stuff. I enjoy driving the trains and I enjoy telling you stories, so hopefully that is a good enough excuse to come along for these videos and hopefully enjoy them. So I know that there is a slightly hidden 35 here, just before that 20, so we'll make sure that we're down for speed for that. we're going into platform 3 this time. Excellent stuff. Bit of a difference to platform 1 in the last video. That's pretty cool. Because I knew even though we were coming to Bradford Forster Square again, I was like, there is definitely some variety here. And I also wanted an excuse to come here a little bit more often, because there's a limitation to sort of what you can do in this section. Yes, the Skipton to Leeds section there's a fair bit, but this bit in the Ilkley section there's not as many scenarios covering it, because not as much goes on with these sides. So it's quite nice to get some videos and some bits done on these areas that you might not see in that many videos. That'll do. That is all I am brave enough to do. So let's toggle that. There we go. And then while we're waiting, we'll get it blinded up for the next run. If I can find where it is. 5531. That's not us, but we'll get it blinded up for the next driver. Excellent stuff. So you can see that, because I know that that wasn't included like I usually do at the start of the video. So my apologies for that. There we go. So that is us at Bradford Forster Square. That was our first and my personal first successful run in the Class 322. I'm really glad I've managed to get it working and crack it. Thank you for everybody who has sent in their suggestions and tips and advice for getting it to work. A mix of that and me toggling some buttons, and toggling buttons with that in mind has managed to get it working. So that's been nice, really nice to have a little drive of it, and it's nice to unlock some more opportunities to use the EMUs on here, because that's very much what this line sees nowadays. Yeah, it's more 3-3-1s and the odd 3-3s, because most of the 3-3s now do the Doncaster line, which I really need to get one of them on the Doncaster line. I keep seeing them. I haven't been on one yet. I grew up with the 3-3s. The Doncaster is just down the road, and I still have not done one on the Doncaster Leeds line that is very much on the to-do list and has been on there for some time. So I definitely need to get that done. But yeah, they're on that line now, but there is still a couple that do the Airedale and Wharfdale lines. So, but it is quite cool, as I say, to get the electric ones in as well. So I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have done, then do be sure to click that like button, as that way more people can find the video and enjoy it just like you have. And if you haven't already, please do support the channel and what we do by clicking that subscribe button. That way the channel can keep growing, I can keep recording these videos, and I know you're all enjoying them. Please do keep sending in your suggestions and advice. If you've made any reskins, routes, maps, repaints for Train Simulator or Romsey 2, you can email them to me at amc.andmorecentral@gmail.com. And be sure, on top of all of that, check out my main channel and More Central, where you can join me for all of my real life bus content, train content, and tram content, where I travel around the world travelling on the real things. Once again, thank you all for watching. Thank you for your continued support towards the channel, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video, mate. Bye for now. Bye.